Welcome to video 1, How to Enter a Trade by Urban Forex. Alright guys, welcome back again. So welcome to this week's first video here. We're going to be talking about a complete trade together. Now I wanted to get you as fresh as example as possible. Right now, this example right now is from January 27th, 2020. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through a trade that I did just recently, as close to right now as possible, so I can show you some of these trades. Obviously, you're able to watch more of my trades, on Facebook Live and on Instagram. But this is just for you guys. It is not for you guys to comment on my videos and tell me what you saw from that. That is not the place to do that. You need to talk to us privately. The public space is just for you to quietly observe and be like, yeah, I did the same trade also. Cool. I'm on the right track. Or send us a message, be like, wait, I didn't understand why this trade was done or why not. So it's an ongoing training for you guys that doesn't end here, even though this is the last week. So pat yourself on the back. You've made it to all the way down to 7 weeks down in the line, onto the 8th week now. Many people in today's world can't last more than a week. They start panicking. Oh my God, why can't I have all the courses released to me all at one time? I don't get it. Hopefully all of you guys who are patient enough to reach this stage can truly understand the power of waiting a week before the next lessons release and practicing as regularly as you can. I hope you guys can appreciate that now. And I thank you for blindly trusting me to take you down that route by giving you the material slowly as possible to make sure it is the fastest route actually. Okay, so just remember, when it comes to Urban Forex and me, slower is actually faster. Okay, you have to understand that because I've tried all different types of ways of teaching, and this is the fastest way to turn aha moments with students. All right, so anyways, looking at Pound Aussie today. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start off by the fundamentals of everything to make sure. Now the fundamentals were saying Aussies are weak, and the fundamentals for Pound was also saying Pound is strong, but it had an asterisk on it. This is for today's date, okay? And you guys know how to do the fundamentals by now. So I'm going to walk you through on how I prepared my day. So I started the day by looking at my Asia because I was trading London. So I was looking at my previous session, which was Asia, and I was spotting this. This is my high of Asia. That's my low of Asia there. And we broke below Asia. Okay? We broke below Asia. So I'm like, okay, London has power breaking through. Same thing happened with Aussie Swiss. So like, wow, look at that power. Wow, look at that power. Okay? So it was starting to show up in many places on the entire Aussie group. Since this is Pound Aussie, Aussie's on the right side, not on the left side like all the other pairs. You can see here Aussie's on the left, here Aussie's on the left. So this chart is actually inversed. If this is going up, that means Aussie is weak. If this is going down, that means Aussie is weak. I hope you can understand that logic. Okay, so in this case, Asia Open was here, and as London opened up, Frankfurt and London opened up, they just took it out and kept going higher. I'm like, great, fantastic. I know there's power behind this because we have a session break, so the power is now active. Now, my job is to find out how can I take advantage of this. Okay, not only did it have power that way, but it also had power this way by taking out all these highs. So that was great for me. So I was down on the 3 minutes, okay, because I traded 3 minutes, and I was carefully monitoring my pullbacks. Okay, carefully monitoring my pullbacks. So I want you to focus on this area here as closely as possible, which is where I started to monitor. The pullbacks are coming in pretty decently, as we have a lower high sequences coming in here, aggressive movements coming down, making the public look at it as maybe that's the top. Lots of volume coming in, maybe it's put in the top, it's time to go down. Okay, so having that said, this area for me is a large meal that I have to digest through. This large meal was partially digested here, and then he tried to go down again. unable to make lower low, which is a good sign for me. It's like, yes, great, show me more. He goes higher for some further digestion. Okay, higher means he's going higher than that. He's going up for further digestion, almost completely. And then he's holding sideways, which now becomes my money spot. Either from here, the seller is going to come back in, or if my research done correctly, this money spot should be my money spot that says, here's where we're going to launch from. As that money spot starts to take off, I now enter my trade. Okay? I now enter my trade, and this trade starts performing. Now, remember, leading up to this point, everything is everything you've been taught up until now. Okay? There's nothing where it's like, oh no, Naveen has a secret trick up his sleeve. No. Okay, that's too much. You're giving me too much credit for that. It's not that. Of course, I do have a lot more knowledge running behind me, but I made sure I condensed all that knowledge as easy as possible in the last 7 weeks that you've been training with me. Okay, so everything up until now, you should understand, and it should make sense to you. If any piece of this did not make sense, you need to go back and revisit the lessons. In fact, I would recommend you to go through all the lessons at least one more time. Okay, and then rewatch this last videos. But for the most part, this should make sense to you. Okay, so having that said, that was the entry on this one for me. Now, doesn't it look scary a bit? It's like, whoa, did you just hit an entry right at top where it should be the so-called resistance? Why are you entering at resistance? Isn't that scary? Isn't it gonna bounce from there? Well, I've done all my research. I've done all the plays leading up to it. Okay, fundamentals backed me up. Session break, the power backs me up. The digestion backs me up. The money spot is there, and the money spot gets released into the upside. That backs me up. I have everything going for me. I even have a little bit of a probe in there. It tried to go down from the money spot, and it went back up. So I have many things lining up for me that's telling me this thing is going to go for a buy. Okay? Now the question comes into my mind is, if I take that buy, where am I going to put my stop loss? And how am I going to let this run? And how do I know when do I get out? Now, I know many of you guys have already attended the second MPA webinar. If you haven't, you're probably attending it, the one from this week. But many of you guys have already attended it. We talk about exiting. I'm going to show you on this trade how I did the exit based on that same webinar. Okay? All right. So let's have a look. Moving on to the next video.